Hi everybody, it's me Jill and welcome to Jill Informed. Real quick before we get started, if this is the first video you are seeing of me after I haven't been on YouTube for a couple of weeks, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate that very, very much. If you are interested in an explanation of where I was and what was going on with me, I did a little video explaining everything. I will link that right here for you guys. I am kind of catching up on the past episodes I missed. Bravo is taking a brief hiatus from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and The Real Housewives of New York City due to, I believe, an editing backlog because of the pandemic. Maybe everything kind of had to stop when we got the stay-at-home orders and they're just kind of catching up now. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I've been hearing. So I'm not sure when you're going to be seeing this, but I think what I'm going to do is during the course of the next couple of weeks while Bravo is not airing new episodes, I will be posting my recaps, and I think I'm going to kind of try and spread them out a little bit so that there will still be content while you're waiting for new episodes to air on TV. So that's kind of the plan for right now. All right, this is the recap of The Real Housewives of New York, Season 12, Episode 10, Something's Brewing. Okay, I think this is the second part of a to be continued because the ladies are still in Newport, Rhode Island, and Leah's sister has just arrived. Yes, much to everyone's dismay, Leah has bulldozed her way into having her sister there. They're at a restaurant, sitting outside. You know, everyone's making nice with her. Sonia gave a curt little hi. But other than her, everyone seems to be on their best behavior. Back at the hotel, Leah, her sister, and Tinsley are doing golden hour selfies out on their deck. Leah's sister, her name is Sarah, she made some joke about Leah gets too handsy with her, something, I don't know, something like that. And Tinsley goes, "Oh, my sister and I made out once." And Leah goes, "What? When?" And she goes, this is like 10 years ago. And she goes, "Oh, you were 10 years old? Or wait, no, just 10 years ago?" Yeah, she was not 10 years old. They were adults. Tinsley's like, "It was just a joke." All right, now we get the montage of all the ladies getting ready for dinner. This time it's Dorinda who didn't take a nap and was just drinking instead. Oh boy. Dorinda goes to Luann's room. She tells her that she talked to John on the phone. She's getting very teary. I don't know if it's the alcohol. I don't know if it's talking to John. I mean, that would make me weep. But what she's saying is, you know, I just want to be left alone right now. Why can't he understand that? And Luann's like, well, he should understand. You deserve that. Every woman in the world deserves to be left alone by John Pedestrian. All right, now they all arrive at the restaurant. Tinsley's friend, I guess, owns this restaurant. I don't know if she picked it or if that was a coincidence or what. But they get there and Ramona immediately goes to the bar to scope out the men. Her flirting is so extreme. I mean, it's next level. It's a marvel to watch. It really is. She goes up to this guy at the bar and she's like, "I think you forgot your pants." Because he's wearing shorts. Anyway, they start talking. He asks her if she's from Newport, and she said, "No, I'm from New York, and I have another home in the Hamptons." "Where are you from?" And he said, "I'm from Arkansas originally." Well, she goes into a fit of giggles over that. And you should see this guy's face. I mean, he looks pretty insulted. It's also kind of funny. Side note, I pulled the screenshot. I'm like, oh my God, look at his fingernails. It looks like he's got a French manicure and his nails are so long. And then I realized, oh, I think that's Ramona's hand. But I'm going to show you the picture. Like, doesn't it look like it's his hand? Oh my God. I'm losing it, guys. Anyway, the table's ready, and some of the ladies take a seat at the table, like Dorinda and Elise, Tinsley, Leah, and Leah's sister Sarah. But Ramona, Luann, and Sonia all stay at the bar talking to guys. Tinsley's a little upset about that. It must have been that Tinsley picked this place and everything, because she's sort of taking ownership of this whole dinner. And I don't think it's just because her friend owns it. I think maybe this was her thing that she planned. But she's a little annoyed with the ladies not coming to the table. But Leah is really, I don't know, guys. I think she's pretty manipulative. Because I think she's really pushing Tinsley to say something to the ladies. Go tell them you don't like them staying at the bar. Tell them it's rude. Like that kind of thing. You know, getting in Tinsley's ear. So Tinsley goes up to the bar and she tries her best, but Sonia is like rude to her. Ramona is acting like she can't even hear her. She won't even look in her direction. Meanwhile, at the table, Leah and her sister are talking, and Dorinda has her chair fully turned facing Elise, and she is just in the throes of a drunken monologue. God only knows what she's talking about. All I could catch were things like, when you love somebody so much, it's like you'll eat them up. Wherever, whenever. That's love. That's true love. Se bueno. Eat them up. So Leah and her sister now attempt to get the ladies to come back from the bar. And I think this is, I kind of hate this. I kind of love it. Leah and her sister are so convinced that they are so hot that they will get these guys to turn away from Ramona and Sonia and Luann and turn toward them, that will get the other ladies to go back to the table. Only that's not what happened. Newsflash. Mr. French Manicure is not interested in you two. First of all, he has a fiance, and he already told Ramona that. But, you know, Ramona doesn't see the fiance there, so I guess he's still fair game in her eyes. So when they come up to the guy, he turns away from them. And Leah goes, that's rude, turning away from us. And he goes, I have a fiance. So Leah's like, and she wouldn't like you talking to these ladies over here. Side note, if my husband came home from a bar and he said that Ramona, Luann, and Sonia were hitting on him, I would be in heaven. I'm sorry. I would like that. I would be grilling him for every detail, every single detail. I would drive him nuts. What did she say next? What was she wearing? What does she smell like? What kind of perfume do they wear? How tall are they in real life? Oh my God. I would be driving my husband insane. But I would not be irritated. I would be thrilled. Anyway, Leah's sister is like, I don't think your fiance would like this situation. And French Manicure guy says, I think this situation is your f***ing problem. And he gets up and leaves. Now, he shouldn't have spoken that way to her, but also, like, I love that he doesn't want any of these women. He's probably thinking, I'm sitting here having a drink with my friend at the bar. And by the way, Mr. French Manicure was not all that, and the other guys were even worse looking. If it was slim pickings at the Regency, it's even slimmer pickings here in Newport, Rhode Island. So now Leah says to Luann, you should have heard what this guy said to us. He's so rude. Luann, well, he was just fine with us. You know, this Sarah, Leah's sister, she's just like Leah. She's bold and brassy and auditioning for the show, maybe? I don't know. I mean, this whole thing was weird, right? How much she was insisting that her sister come to this outing. And I don't know, you know, the whole thing was strange. Leah forcing her sister on the group. And now just how bold she is with the other ladies. I don't like it. I don't know what's happening. She lives in Brooklyn. We haven't had a Brooklyn housewife since Alex McCord. So it's possible, but I would rather you just bring Alex back. Even if you have Sarah, I still want you to bring Alex back. I could use a little dose of Alex and Simon. Simon and his tight red leather pants. At this point, I'll take all of it. Anyway, whatever. It gets all the ladies back to the table now. Meanwhile, I don't think that Dorinda's drunken monologue has taken a single break. He gave me that black credit card, and I bought this. She's wearing this weird leather jacket. It's like a bomber jacket, only it's got like a big bow on the front of it. I don't know. I didn't like it. And he's like, do you like it? We put too much emphasis on sex. You are a better man than I am, Elise, because I could not be listening to this for that long. I don't know. Now they're all just loud and obnoxious. Tinsley and Ramona are fighting about how rude Ramona was. Ramona's getting really loud. Luann's trying to get everyone to bring it down a notch. Dorinda gets up and walks out. Dorinda, she must be done talking now. She's done for the night. She didn't even eat. But she's going home. Ramona's crying or pretending to cry or trying to cry. Maybe the Botox is preventing that. Like I said, everyone's loud. Sonia is covering her ears with 2 decorative gourds she got from the table. She looks like Princess Leia. I mean, it's dissolved into total anarchy. And oh my God, you guys, take a look at this guy. Oh, I love it. In the midst of the chaos, Luann, would anyone like a shrimp? Which is so on brand for her. Elise just quietly observing the insanity. And then Ramona and Sonia are now talking to each other. Ramona, and her sister is a demon. Sonia, look at the sister. She's a weirdo. They're so rude. Leah hears what she said about her sister. She gets up to leave, but not before whipping a ravioli at them. Luann's like, okay, we're calling it a night. And Ramona, you've got stuff on the side of your face. Tinsley, Sarah, and Leah leave. Luann's like, oh, are they gone? Good. Luann, are you, okay. I mean, I don't think Ramona and Sonia were in the right here. But yeah, apparently Lou is siding with them. And then Luann sets this like decorative colored corn cob on fire. And Elise is like, what are you doing that for? Luann, the energy was bad in here. So you're what, saging the restaurant with decorative corn? The next morning, everyone is kind of armchair quarterbacking the night before. Ramona thinks Leah needs to apologize because she expects people to act a certain way in her presence. I can't imagine what that way is. But Elise goes, okay, so if Leah wants to make up with you, what does she need to do? Ramona goes, well, if she wants to hang out with us, there's a certain demeanor and caliber way she needs to act. A certain demeanor and caliber way. In her confessional, she said, if she doesn't act proper, then no way, Jose. Then in Leah and Sarah's room, it's like, oh yeah, no, they need to apologize. Leah's like, I don't even know how to move forward with these ladies. Now we are back in New York, and Luann and Ben, her musical director, are meeting for lunch. They're discussing her new Mary F. Kill show. Luann's like, if somebody asks me, Mary F. Kill, Bethany, Ramona, Sonia, I would marry Bethany, kill Ramona, and F. Sonia. Duh. No other combination makes sense. Then this Ben tells Luann that, they're talking about the lineup for the show. And he said, and of course, you're going to have to do Money Can't Buy You Class. It's like how Streisand always has to do People. Oh, yeah. Luann is the real Streisand of her time. Then we see Leah at lunch with Bunny and Brian, her mom and dad. Leah's like, so did Sarah tell you about our trip to Rhode Island? And her mom's like, no, you're the one that always spills your guts to me. Sarah's a little quieter. Leah, you just had this discussion with your sister. Your mom doesn't need to know every bad thing you've ever done. Your mom doesn't even want to know. Leah's like, I was doing cartwheels and running around. And her mom goes, cartwheels? Were you at a gym? No, Bunny. She was at dinner. You'll see. In the near future, you can watch it all while everyone is stuck at home during a global pandemic. Yeah, lots of stuff coming up in the upcoming year, Bunny, that you are not going to believe. Anyway, Bunny thinks that drinking is a slippery slope for Leah. All right, now we are at a tea party on the roof of Dorinda's building. Dorinda thought that it would be a good idea. The theme is relax, relate, reset. Sounds like a real fun afternoon for the ladies. It is very cute. Everything's set up. It was supposed to be co-hosted by Luann, I guess, but Luann did nothing to help and didn't even really come early. Ramona, when Ramona gets there, she looks like Madeline. Do you know the children's book? Oh, my daughter used to watch the cartoon and we read the books. 12 little girls in 2 straight lines. Anyway, with the hat and the little coat with the big buttons, Ramona's look just reminded me of little Madeline. All right, so Leah does apologize to Ramona. Ramona claims she didn't sleep for 4 days because Leah ruined the trip. And Leah's like, have you ever seen me that way before? Yeah, we all have. Luann goes, well, at Ramona's Hampton's house, yes. Leah's like, okay, I won't turn up anymore. Oh, God. Dorinda's like, well, we've all behaved badly in the past. Ramona and Leah end up hugging, so that was good, I guess. Tinsley and Sonia are the last to arrive, and Dorinda puts Sonia between Leah and Elise, and Tinsley next to Ramona. It's just so weird and awkward. As soon as they sit down, Dorinda says, let's all switch seats. Okay. It's just weird. Like, there's only 8 of them. It just seems so bizarre. You know what I mean? Like, she's like, let's sit next to someone new. You all know each other. I don't know. If this were a dinner party, a larger group of people, or even just a dinner party of people that don't know each other at all, I guess I would understand those little tricks of, okay, everyone, let's mix it up and get to know someone new. But this just seemed dumb. And really, I guess it was all because she wanted to sit next to Tinsley, except that the second that Dorinda did sit next to Tinsley, she said, can we go over there and talk privately? I'm like, Dorinda, you could have done that without making everybody get up and move their seats. Anyway, Dorinda starts off with something that wouldn't make you nervous at all. She says, I don't want you to think I'm attacking you, but okay. Great way to start out. Tinsley's like, okay. And she goes, but you were in Niagara Falls with Scott. I know this for a fact. And I need you to tell them you're seeing him, or I will. What the? Dorinda, why do you care? I will never understand this, you guys. I will never understand. Tinsley's like, I'm not seeing him. I saw him in Toronto and then we went to Niagara Falls. It was just like a 2-day thing. And Dorinda goes, so you're just f***ing on the weekends. Tinsley's like, I didn't. Well, anyway, I guess she felt sufficiently bullied by Dorinda, so they go back to the table and she has to make a big announcement to tell everybody what happened. And she said,
I don't think anything's gonna come of it, but like I'm hopeful because I still love him, but like I wasn't gonna tell anybody because it's not even like a thing yet.
Anyway, they all think it's, she should go for it. If you love him, you should go for it. Sonia's like, you leave a toothbrush at his place. You've got to be more assertive. And Leah's like, tell him to put a ring on it and impregnate you ASAP. So yeah, I don't know about Dorinda, man. Something's going on with her. She really seems to be the only woman who has a real problem with Tinsley. I kind of feel like it came out of nowhere. Was it last season? Do you remember when she was questioning where Tinsley got her money to buy all of her things and thinking it was Scott? And like, that seemed very strange and out of nowhere to me. And then I feel like that's kind of carried into this entire season where Dorinda's got it in for Tinsley for some reason. So strange. Anyway, that is where this episode ends. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for waiting for me to come back to YouTube. That means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. If you liked this episode, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Jill Informed if you haven't already. Also, please leave a comment. I love to hear from you guys. And I will be back with the next episode of The Real Housewives of New York City. And I hope you join me. Thanks. Bye.